Welcome to this edition of Shem Golf Academy Lessons. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe by hitting the button below. Don't forget to hit the bell button so that you can get notification every week when we upload a new video. Our aim is just to help you try to improve your game week after week. This week, I want to talk about pitching. And before I talk about pitching, I have to understand what pitching is. A lot of people confuse the concept of pitching and chipping. And the simple difference is this. Between you and where you want your ball to land, a pitch will spend more time in the air and very little time rolling. Okay? A chip, on the other hand, will spend less time on the air and a lot of time rolling to your target. Okay? So that's the simple difference. A pitch is high, goes high, lands soft, rolls very little. A chip, very little air time, but a lot of roll. Okay? When you understand the difference, you're more likely to hit the shot you want in your head. In this video, I'm going to cover two techniques you can use for chipping. Okay? The first one is commonly known as a triangle. Okay? And the very reason that it's known as a triangle is that throughout the swing, we have a triangle with our hands and shoulders, and that triangle remains constant throughout the swing. That means you're not using the wrists, and it's just a more of a almost a chipping motion. Okay. Let's start talking about the setup. The setup for this is very simple. Okay. We want narrow stance. The shot we're trying to hit doesn't have a long swing. We don't need a wide stance. Ball in the middle of our stance. We want to open our shoulders, not our shoulders, but our hips and our legs. So we are almost in an open stance. Why is this important? Because we are presetting ourselves for point of impact. It's a very short swing. We don't want to struggle trying to get our hips at the right position at impact. So we preset it by opening our feet and our hips. Okay. We want more weight on your lead foot. For right-handed players, that was on your left foot. For left-handed players, it will be the opposite foot. So we want more weight. We want that weight there throughout the swing. Okay? And the swing itself is very simple. Call it triangle. We're not using our wrists. So it's a very simple, straight back, straight forward. Okay? So the wrist stay stationary. We don't want any hinging at all on this swing. And when we swing and hit the ball, we barely take any divot. Okay? The very most important thing is whatever distance you go back, okay, we want to go forward. Stop there. Okay? So if you go halfway, finish halfway. You want to go a little higher, finish it a little higher. Okay? Very simple technique, very reliable. It's actually my favorite technique. Very little. Anytime I have a chance to reduce the movement of any part of my body to hit the ball, I will go with that method. So this method, the key thing is eliminates our wrists from this swing. So it's very consistent. The one more thing that I forgot to mention is once you get to the backswing, okay, we want to swing forward at the same pace. We want everything, the hips, the hands, the shoulders, to move forward at the same pace. With a full swing, okay, when you have a full swing, our hips lead and we're not moving at the same position. Our hands are slower and they try to catch up with the hips. Okay? with this pitching technique, we want, when you get the back, everything is moving forward at the same pace. All right? For more consistent contact, more consistent distance control. The second technique is called the hinge and hold. Okay, it's also a very popular technique. A lot of people like it, and it depends with the situation. One technique might favor one situation compared to the other. The setup on the hinge and hold is very similar to the previous setup. We want our hips open. Okay, so if I turn like this, we want more of our hips open to our target, our feet open, and a square shoulder. Okay, again, we're presetting ourselves for impact because we have a short swing. We don't want to rush our hips through this. Okay, again, the ball in the middle of our stance, weight again towards our lead foot, just over the ball. And now the difference with this technique is when you're going back, we are going to start by hinging. Okay, so we hinge, okay, and we hold. So we are not releasing the wrists when you go forward. So whatever that angle we have on our wrist here, right? The angle here we get when we hinge here will be the same angle we have throughout that swing until we finish. Okay? So we are not going to release the hands or the forearms or the wrist on this shot. Okay? Again, like the other technique, we want, when you get back there, we hinge, get back there, we want everything to go forward at the same pace. Okay? That's one of the reasons why we're presetting that open position on setup by opening our hips and our legs, by getting our legs open and our hips open. Okay? So hinge, hold. Okay? Hinge, hold through. No wrists. Okay? Compared to the first technique where setup is same, but in this case, there is no wrist at all. Okay? Both balls went up pretty quick, kind of the same distance, but just slight change in the technique. So go try it out and let me know in the comments below which of these techniques worked for you. The triangle technique or the hinge and hold. Again, if you have not subscribed to this channel, click the button below and receive our weekly updates as we try to improve your golf.